Hey guys, my name is Fapsi. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, I'm talking about how to find a job when you have no work experience. I know this is really challenging when you're done school, you're trying to find an entry level job, and all the jobs require you to have experience to gain experience. You're like, what do I do? So, the tips I have today are for mostly people that have gone to university, but you might still find them helpful if you haven't gone through university and you're just looking for a job without experience. Let's get into it. The first thing I want to say is embrace your lack of experience. What I mean by this is that you may not have work experience, but you have other kinds of experience. You've done projects in school, you've volunteered, you have extracurricular activities where you've been in student leadership positions, club leadership. Like, you know what it takes to survive with and deal with human beings. Like, that's pretty much the major skill you need in the workplace, trust me. So think about these skills that you have and don't focus too much on what you don't have. Now, when you look at those skills you have, those jobs you've had, positions you've held, what are some transferable skills that you can move on to your resume to show that you know how to be professional, you can communicate effectively, you can solve problems, you are resourceful. Think of your resume as like this is it has to somehow summarize all the things I can do, not just what you have done, but what you can also do. So one way to do this is to make sure that your resume is well packaged, which is my second point. Really review your resume. I find the CAR model pretty effective. So CAR being CAR, C stands for challenge. What challenge were you facing? A, what action did you take? And R, what were the results of the actions that you took? So it's helpful to go line by line through your resume to figure out, to make sure that each bullet point is following this format. It explains the challenge that you were facing, the action you took, and the results that were demonstrated. So an example of a CAR compliant bullet point might be redesign the packaging of a leading computer hardware company, resulting in $100,000 cost savings and a 50% reduction in pollution. So I just pulled this off Google, but to apply this to your life. So you could have worked on the student project and the client had a problem. To think about what that problem was, that's the challenge. What did you do? That's the action. And what was the result? That is the result. So think about every single line in your resume like that. I'll try to find more examples so that this can be broken down even further. All right. So once you're done reviewing your resume, then now you're ready to get out there and let people know that you need a job. Network, everybody says this, but when you're starting out, what really is your network? Your people that you know in your personal life are the same people you need to help you to find a job. So make sure that you have your resume handy, the PDF, the Word format in your email, so that when you meet people and you're talking about, oh, what are you doing right now? I'm looking for a job. You have that handy to share with them. But it helps even more to know what exactly the kind of job you're looking for is. So if I'm an engineer, for example, and you're talking to me about that you need jobs, but you just say any job, like it's not as helpful when I don't know what to look out for. If you tell me you're looking for entry level jobs and you studied psychology, okay, so what kinds of jobs might psychologists people that study psychology be able to do? You have to do that homework. And that homework looks like going through job boards, reading the job description for the jobs that you see posted there. Even when the title doesn't sound familiar to you, still read through the job description and start to note down jobs that seem like they match your skill set. So don't get bent on what the job title is. Just read through the job description and see if that's something you can do. And when you do this a number of times, you come up with a short list of jobs that match your skill set. So when you meet people, you're able to share this list. Oh, okay, some examples of jobs I'm looking for are process analyst, system admin, research analyst, any government research jobs, a grant administrator kind of job. Then you know these things, but you only know them because you've gone through job boards and now you know what those jobs are called. So do your work, do the research, and so that people can help you. Help people help you. That's pretty much what that is. Another way to do this, aside from looking at job boards, is to attend events. So when you have networking events around, these things are usually posted on the internet, LinkedIn, Indeed, Glassdoor. Look out for these events. Dress pretty corporately. If you have a nice blazer, it would help. Iron your clothes always. And go to these events. Be ready to network. Try to have like a small intro for yourself, like a 15-second way to describe who you are. Hi, my name is Fakwan Kwacha. I have a degree. I just finished a degree in psychology. I'm looking for entry-level jobs in the process analyst, business analyst kind of role. This might not be the perfect example, but the idea is make it quick because people's attention span is really short. So you want to get your message out there as quickly as you can, but also be genuinely interested in people, because sometimes when you're looking for a job, the desperation can come across real quick, and it helps if you can genuinely talk to people like people, enjoy each other's company. And if it comes up the idea that you're looking for a job, bring that up and be ready to share what you're looking for and exchange information. But most importantly, use your personal network, people that you know personally. Text them what you're looking for and let them be on the lookout for jobs for you as well. Also, polish your LinkedIn profile. Make sure that your profile picture is not a selfie. Like, at least get someone to take a nice looking headshot for you. It doesn't have to be fancy. We have phones that are able to take good photos now. Make your headline something that relates to what you're able to do, and include that you're a job seeker. There are a lot of articles out there on how to polish your LinkedIn profile, so check some of those out and get your LinkedIn ready. And then also set alerts for jobs, so that while you're sleeping, the jobs can be coming to your email, and then you know to apply for them once you're awake. All right, I think I've kind of flagged that point pretty well. So network as well as you can, and don't be shy to let people know that you're looking for a job. This is your full-time job right now, job hunting. So you don't need to be, another thing is, you don't need to be 100% qualified for a job to apply. I know that sometimes if when you see the job description, you're like, whoa, I thought this was supposed to be an entry-level job. As a rule of thumb, I would say be about 75 to 80%, maybe even less, 75-ish percent qualified for the job. If you're 100% qualified for the job, I think you're overqualified and you should be doing a different job. So the idea is you should have enough to do the job, and enough room to also learn on the job. So don't try to find a job that perfectly fits everything you have right now. Find a job that seems like you can do and that you have some experience in, based on the skills you've learned in school, the things you've demonstrated in your curricular life, and what you're interested in doing as well. So don't look for the 100% perfect fit, and be willing to take a stretch role that you can learn in. So if you're still in school by any means, or you've recently graduated, you still have access to your career offices in school. Don't neglect these offices. They're really helpful in connecting with your employers that have a connection with the school, or with doing the extra work for and putting your resume in the right hands, or also with preparing you for mock interviews, telling you what areas you might suck at. For me, one of the things was that when I talk for too long, my voice starts to like die down. I think I've gotten better because I'm on YouTube now, but at that time I had to consciously try to stay interested all through the interview, because interviews are so long, like 40 minutes to 3 hours sometimes, and you need to stay interested the whole time. So figure out if you are able to still access your school's resources as an alumni or as a current student, and take your resume to them for review. Let them conduct mock interviews for you, and get all the help you can. If you don't have these resources, we'll use the people around you. Let your dad be the person who interviews you. Let your brother give you feedback on your resume. Let your friends who have jobs check out your resume and see what might be helpful. And honestly, when people invest in you like this, they're also on the lookout for jobs for you. So if you're surrounded by friends like this, it's helpful to use them. And then this is a really important thing: increase your numbers. It takes more applications than you can imagine to get a job. When I was in school, I heard it was about 60 applications to get one interview, and about 100 applications to get an offer. So this means that there's a lot of job applications that you might need to fill out. This is like the average. So not everybody's story will be like this. Some people are superstars and they get hired right from school. They don't need to do as much. But what I'm saying is, get your application out there. Make sure that you're applying to enough jobs. If you're not getting interviews at all, it might be that your application is not even getting to the human beings, because the applicant tracking systems are filtering it out. What might be causing this is that you're not matching your skills in your resume to the skills required in the job description. There needs to be some level of fit. If they say they need you to have a minimum of 1 year experience, you need to show somehow that your experience in all these volunteer roles that you have put in there, they add up to a year somehow. You need to show that even if it's a 1 year as a student leader for a club, that is 1 year of experience. They didn't say 1 year work experience, they said 1 year experience. If they need a certain certification, make sure you have that certification. And if you don't have it, make sure that you have other things so that at least you make up for this 75% rule that we're going with. And then make sure some keywords are in there. Like if they're asking for certain communication skills, operation management experience, put those keywords in when you're describing what you have done so that the tracking system can filter you in. The more I'll look for resources on how to beat these applicant tracking systems, because before you can get to the human beings, you kind of need to beat the machines. I know it's hard, but stay encouraged, guys. I'm rooting for you. The seventh thing is consider volunteering. I know that it's a job you're looking for, but sometimes volunteer jobs can lead to full-time jobs. And I know that it's coming from a place of privilege because you need to be able to feed yourself at least. But maybe strike a deal where you volunteer for 3 weeks or like a certain amount of time so they can at least, it's like a trial period. You know how we all like trial periods for everything. So they can see what you're able to do. They can see that you're on time. They can see that you're ambitious. They can see that you have potential, which is really all we need to see. So try to volunteer. Some volunteer jobs are easier to get than others. Some might require you to still know people. Don't give up. Keep trying. Eventually, if you try hard enough, someone would finally offer you something. It's volunteer after all. They have everything to gain and you have everything to lose. So if you're able to volunteer, try doing that. Internships are available in some places as well. Consider those roles. And not all jobs are posted. So if you find a company that you really like, reach out to the people in there that you see on LinkedIn. If you have a connection, it's even better. So maybe you have a friend who knows someone, then lead with that. Hi, James, I see that you know Shaw. I don't know, maybe not those exact words, but just find a way to make a connection and reach out to them. All of this is based on personal experience. I know that this is not like some fancy HR person speaking, but it has worked for me and some of my friends. And I just wanted to share because I know people are out here struggling with finding a job. And I hope this is really helpful to you. The final thing I want to end with is job hunting can be really stressful. It can be demoralizing. It can make you feel like, okay, what is going on? Everything I'm trying is not working. So find something else to keep you engaged during this time as well. So maybe you apply for jobs every day from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And then at 4, you can start, maybe find a hobby, volleyball, something music related. For me, I started learning how to do digital marketing. And it took 3 years for that to actually become relevant, but now I'm enjoying doing that on the side in addition to my regular job. So you don't know what skills you learn on the side that would be helpful in the future. But what I'm trying to say is don't let your entire life be consumed by job hunting because it can get really stressful. And if you're able to surround yourself by friends, family that can encourage you when things get really stressful, please allow them help and tell people when you're hurting, when you're stressed. Take a break from it all as well. If you need a day, it won't hurt. Take a day off and enjoy a movie day. Take a break. I wish you guys the best of luck in your job hunting. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel for more content on love and life. My name is Popsy and talk to you later. Bye.